Hey everybody, I'm Dr. Karen Mikowski, aka Butterfly Karen. Welcome. So I'm the leading investigator in all of my cases, parapsychology or paranormal investigation. So today, okay. So I'm literally connected again to the 12th day, the 12th dimension. I am not surprised. I am literally constantly connected to 12D right now, which is the highest order for me. I had to sort of connect to my guys earlier because the case I'm going to be working on, I'm not even surprised. And because of the sort of cases I'm working on as well and having to get the intuitive intelligence for, it's all very like official, right? But it's very important. And it's like because we're dealing with like the highest degree of evil people who work for the lower order, obviously. Now, let me just quickly, because the recent, well, the case I'm going to be reconnecting to is IIDR31. I started connecting and having to deal with this sort of energy interception and, you know, astral viewing and all that beautiful stuff on the 30th of May 2024. And it sort of started at 5:23 a.m. That's kind of when it started. When I was really sort of connected to the higher up. That's normal. Like the downloads and stuff like that they can sort of come through pretty much for days, sometimes depending on how many downloads are coming through and what I've got to discuss in the remote viewing case is, you know, it can be quite a lot. So a human can only take in so many downloads. You can't take it all at once. You're going crazy, right? They have to come in sporadically, but it all flows. It comes naturally. It all comes, the data comes out, the information, well, data depending on like numbers and codes and things like that, but data information and things like this. So, I'm obviously reconnecting back to, I'm still connected to the 12D. I've done all my pre-prep and everything, but there's just a few things I want to discuss before we get started, before I reconnect to them, because I need clarity on what I've been getting for the last few days. This is how I like to work. Now, just a few little things. What time is it? It says 1:03. Let me log the time and date and all that beautiful stuff right now. So it's June 1st, 2024. 2824 IIDR. And we're going reconnecting back to the 12th dimension. And the time is, I'm going to clock in and log this in at, 1:04 p.m. now. So I'll show you. 1:04 p.m. I can already feel the downloads coming in and everything. It's great. So, in a few of my videos, I have sort of discussed that, you know, in certain videos that people do like to sort of, there's a group of people that are like stealing my content and all that kind of stuff and sort of using it as if it's them, using it as theirs. And I don't know if to be honest, at this point, I actually don't care if they're sort of sharing my videos and pretending it's them, or because people are watching them, obviously, I can see stats, right? And just because of my sort of following, as you can see, it's not that huge, but who's viewing it, right? And my stats and stuff is not matching up with, so it's like, okay, well, I don't really care. Obviously, if they're monetizing it and they're making money off me, because it's my intellectual property and copyright and all that beautiful stuff, obviously they're going to get sued. There's legal things I can do, but I don't really want to focus on these idiotic people. But I'm very aware of what they're doing. Now, this is one of the reasons why I wanted to do the interactive remote viewing so you can see me work. It's because of these talentless, pathetic, low vibrational people. They are thieves, right? They are content thieves and they're all over the internet. So, but and the reason I'm doing what I do, and because of who I connect to and what I'm discussing, these people are going to be careful, right? Because if they suddenly get a knock at the door, which I'm expecting at some point, I've already foreseen it, but if they suddenly get a knock at the door by the men in black, right? And I'm going to put my tinfoil hat on for this because I have a sense of humor. They are going to have to explain, well, first of all, they're going to open the door and they're going to be like, you're not Dr. Karen Mikowski. So they're done, right, for whatever. And secondly, for them to explain the information and where they're getting it from and the information they don't get, because I have a lot more extra information in my reports that I don't discuss for a reason. So I can sort of back up who I am. Obviously, it's not rocket science, is it? But these people are not going to have access to that. They're not going to be able to explain anything. They're not going to have to explain who the higher order is, unless they just, because they can't continue to pretend to be me, then can they? Little imposters, right? Little idiots, right? So I do hope they get that knock on the door and they've got to explain themselves, because obviously I'm going to get the information then, regardless of who they are, then I'm going to know who to sue. Right? So that's why I sort of interact the way I do and do what I do, because it's the fastest way for these people to get, because again, discussing what I do is not, it's pretty, they're not many people get access to that information. And not everybody's got the courage to be the messenger. I'm not afraid of anything or anyone, so I don't give a shit. But these people that are sort of stealing content and pretending it's them, they're going to have to explain why you're not me. And again, unless you're an idiot, you would not be this sort of messenger in this day and age amongst the high levels of evil people we're surrounded by. But because I'm one of those people that will always do the right thing, I don't care. And because I'm not a thief or anything like that, and I don't break the man-made laws and stuff, but these people do, obviously. So I guess what I'm really going to sort of start with before I get into download, oh, for the love of God, oh, and it is serious, right? I want to just quickly discuss my little motto, my motto, not theirs, not thieves, right? This is why I do the right thing. Okay. I had to make a few little notes because it's just fucking annoying. Like, well, I don't care. Right. Here's a problem. Because of who I am and what I do and why I do it, it really triggers people. Not my problem, right? I do not, let me just, because I want to make sure I cover my little motto. That's why I made some little notes. Right. Okay. It's pathetic. We live in a society today where everybody likes to get on bandwagons and do little witch hunts against people. This is not the days of Salem. First of all, I'm not a witch. I don't practice witchcraft. I'm not into Wicca. I'm not into any of that sort of in any shape or form. I'm a scientist / parapsychologist / amazing human abilities that I've mastered. That makes people jealous. Who? I don't care. They can be jealous all they want. I don't care. Right? Idiots. Too many people coming into the spiritual community today getting jealous. You're low vibes. People are coming to the spiritual community and trying to ascend to a higher vibrational frequency and evolving and ascending, right? You're not supposed to get jealous. You don't do that in the true, real spiritual community. You don't get jealous because you're on a high vibrational frequency. You don't compete at all, right? So those people are very low vibrational, irrelevant, and I don't take any notice of any of them. And they give the world of spirituality a very bad name, unfortunately. Then you've got, there's good people that in the true, they don't get jealous. But these people get triggered. So, and because they can't reach certain levels or they can't become like somebody like me, well, I'm sorry, but it takes a lifetime and probably multiple previous lives. This is not, again, like I said in my other video, this is not my first rodeo. I don't feel, I'm a very wise woman. I'm a very, very old soul, right? So I've probably done this crap over and over again for a very long time, right? Well, clearly these little newbies who are coming into this life cycle, probably the first few cycles, like, oh, I'm very spiritual. No, you're not. You're a low vibe, right? Just look at your attitudes and your behaviors. That's low vibrational. That's not the real highly ascended. And, you will become assertive. Of course you will, because that's kind of what you do. You don't take shit from anybody, right? But unfortunately today, in this idiotic day and age, we've got these people taking it upon themselves to sort of join themselves to sort of covenants and stuff like that. And you can do what you want. You can believe in what you want. You can practice what you want. But they get together and they create like little witch hunts and, oh, we've got to take this one down. I mean, who the hell are you? I mean, most of you don't even believe in God. So obviously we're not going to take any attention to you anyway. But these people are a little bit like deranged. They're not grounded at all. So they head into the sort of spiritual community and like, I'm this and I'm that. And I don't want to go on about these idiotic people, but these are the types of people that will try and persecute people like me for being who I am. I will get ostracized for being different, right? And I'm going to be part of a little witch hunt because of I do what I do. These people not only need to get hobbies, they probably need to get a life, and then maybe some of them actually need to get a job, right? Because it distracts the mind and it, can help make that mind a bit more positive. But these people they're unhinged and you know what's really sad about the spiritual community today is you can't take a lot of people in the spiritual community seriously. They're giving us a really bad name because what they're sort of involved in and what they're doing, everybody assumes that we're all into that. No, we're not even close, because you've got people like me that are not even, we're on a completely different fucking level to these people. Like what I do, I've been doing since I was a kid. Literally, I've been working and probably helping a lot of people since I was a child, right? Unconsciously too, but energetically connected all the time. I know that. But obviously, as I got older and understood what I do, I haven't stopped helping people and I've always done the right thing. So, but people like to look at people like me and go, "Oh, she's we need to be afraid of her. She's." No, you don't, unless you're an idiot. Why on earth would you be afraid of me? Why? Because I speak the truth. If the truth is what you fear, you've got the problem. You're the problem. And you're contributing to the problems in society. Those uncomfortable lies will only get you so far. They're not going to save you. Truth will save you. Truth will set you free. The lies will keep you bondaged. Right? But when you get truth speakers like me and truth seekers that try to help the collective and help people that need to be helped, right? We're always going to be persecuted. We're always going to get, I just don't give a shit at all. But we will not be taken, we don't get taken seriously, obviously, because one, you can't prove my field. There's areas of parapsychology in my field that cannot be proven or disproven. So you can believe what you want and you can bring your limiting beliefs into it all day long, but it's not going to make you right and make me wrong, or make me wrong and you wrong or you right. That's just not how this field works. So I always say to people all the time, just if you want to understand me and learn a bit more about me, just come with an open mind. That's all you need to do. You might learn something, you might not. It might expand your belief systems, or it might just eradicate some old ones you probably need to get rid of, right? But otherwise, you might just go, no, heaven's not for me. Okay, well, that's a really good adult response. That's just not my cup of tea. That's not my thought. I don't really believe in that. Perfectly okay. You're not going to get hung, drawn, and quartered, right? Because you might believe in something different, or you might not at all. You're not going to prison. You're not going to get arrested, right, for believing something or not believing in something. But we live in a weird world full of idiot people, unfortunately. So, and a lot of that, again, I don't want to really go into the depths of that, but it's a lot to do with like major dogmas in religions, fallacies, fake, really. I don't take notice of religions. That is man-made. It's a giant cult, lots of little sectors of religions in it, right? It's all about the money, power, control. And I'll tell you something else as well. I literally work for the Most High. I am for the Most High, depending on who you, and I've said this before, right? And he's not going to fire me, is he? Because I work for the Most High. I work for the highest order, not the lower order, the highest order. So that triggers people, that annoys people too. One, because they don't understand what the highest order is, and two, because they don't understand. Okay, we'll learn about it then. Research, but no, if they don't. So it just makes people jealous. It's pathetic, right? There you go. So, and then it's just easy to go, oh, just shut this one up, shut this one down. You're not going to shut someone like me up, ever. Silly little love apps. Silly, they're everywhere. I'm serious. It's this annoying. It's pathetic. But there's this weird world of Christianity that oh my God. I am of the Most High. I am obedient to the Most High, which is probably the God Almighty, depending on who you refer to the Most High is, right? Absolutely. But my God does not tell me I need to obey a man, right? That is religion. My God does not tell me to be a submissive wife to a man. That is your God. That is your biblical teachings and whatever your religion is, right? I don't care. Believe in what you want. My God made me a warrior, not a submissive woman. Been there, done that. Those days are done, right? We live and learn. So I'm not quite sure what types of men are out there calling themselves Christians. Well, they can call themselves what they want, they can believe in what they want, but they personally believe women, their wives, should not only be submissive to them, submit to them. Oh my God, that's nauseating, that's repulsive. And secondly, obey. Obey. In this day and age, those biblical scriptures need updating. They've been written by men, obviously, in history. So that's how I feel about that. And no way would I ever believe in a God and put my faith in a God and be obedient to a God who tells me I must be a submissive wife and obey a man. I don't think so. That is religion and that is brainwashing. It's cultism. My God wants me to be authentic, different, be a warrior, help people, love people, care, not control people, not control a man, not control a... I don't think so. Free will. The moment any man tells his wife, you must submit to me and obey, you've just infringed on their free will. You clearly... special God there, isn't they? Right? So, no. That's an infringement of free will. You have a right to take that from any woman just because she's decided to be a wife and give you kids. I don't think so. Oh, God, seriously. So, no, I don't like religion in any shape or form. It's that mind controlling. But yeah, there's literally men out there in this day and age in the 21st century, in the year 2024, who choose only wives who will submit to them and obey. That is repulsive. And there's a price to pay for that. The moment you infringe on someone's free... Now, if that woman comes to you and goes, I would like to submit to you and obey, that's her free will. She's exercised her free will, right? But if you make her feel like she has to do that to be your wife, oh God, seriously, you've probably got control issues that you need to work on. That's how I feel about that. So, but that's in society, that is what's wrong. And those are the types of people that will absolutely try and crucify people like me. And yet I work for the Most High, the God Almighty. Can you believe that? Christian, fake, all of these fake. I don't like most of these. I'm sorry, I don't. You cannot decide which people to persecute and try and crucify, right? Because they don't follow your biblical scriptures or your gospel or anything like that, or your particular religion. But you're supposed to be praying to the same God. You're supposed to be obedient to the same God I do. So, you know what I'm saying? Stay away from religion. I want to learn something, I'll go to the Most High. If I need to maintain my moral compass, my principles and my standards, right, that I expect from people, right? Because I'm not going to let people come in and lower. No. You come to me with standards, right? Because that's what you're going to get from me. I'm not going to take less than what I deserve, and I'm not going to give you less than what you deserve either, right? It's really that simple. But we don't live in a society, a functioning society like that at all. It's really weird. Everyone's a little controlling sociopathic narcissist these days. It's either my way or the highway. I don't think so. Well, there's your highway. Tot off. Okay? Just don't get a ticket speeding down it either. So, because again, man-made laws are for everybody. Unless, of course, you're on the other side, the lower order, then you're all right. That is what's wrong with society. Now, These are the sort of people that will absolutely be like, what is she? Oh my God, we don't understand this one. Is she a threat to us? Is she a threat to the system? I don't give a shit about your system. It's not going to comply with it. Because it's crashing anyway. You're all doing that. You're all crashing it from within. So good luck. Systems only last for so long. This one's just lasts a few thousand years, that's all. It's crashing and burning, so with no help from me. But there are innocent people that I like to help, that I want to help, that are trapped within the systems. That's what I do. So now when I want to help sort of people on official levels and things like this, I get looked at like, God, another crazy. Really? 21st century and that's the best you got. Get over it. But whatever, they can think what they want. I would rather be wrong and do the right thing and then be right and do nothing at all. That is my motto. In my field of expertise and what I do within this realm, this third dimensional realm, which is very matrix and systemized for a reason, right? Because they don't like people like me. We're the highest light, we're the highest order. So of course the haters, lower order hates us. But at the same time, they also know, do we really eradicate that one straight away because she's getting access we can't get access to anymore because you're crooks, right? And you're criminals and you're of the darkness. But again, even new peoples are allowed to believe in and do what, believe in what you want. You're going to break man-made laws because you create them. You amend them, right? So obviously you're going to break them. You know how to get around them. But the universal law, no, not a chance in hell. You can't get around that. So, but these are the sort of people, they're like, oh God. So I don't care. I don't care about anybody like that. I don't care about small-minded people. I don't care about people with limited beliefs or zero beliefs at all. I really just don't care. I will always do the right thing by people because I'm wired that way. Most people are not. Most people have that bystander effect. They love it. Oh, I don't want to get involved. I just did by looking at it and not doing anything about it. But so you'll get that. But I would rather be deemed as an idiot or crazy because, oh my God, what is that? What is she giving us? What? She's a psychic. Well, first of all, I'm not psychic. I don't tell people I'm a psychic. I have psychic abilities. I'm a lot more than a psychic, right? We've all got psychic abilities. We just don't all know it. That's all. But I don't refer to myself as a psychic because I have many other abilities. Psychic abilities is just one of them. I have many. And that also pisses people off and makes them jealous too. So they'll do the whole like slander campaigns and the, oh my God, character assassination. Oh my God, she's this and she's that. No, you're projecting what you are against somebody like me when you're just actually showing your true colours by doing that. So, idiots. But that's people today, unfortunately. What can you do? We can't get around them. I'm never going to stop doing what I do. I'm never going to stop doing the right thing. I would rather do the right thing and be wrong. I don't mind being wrong. Sometimes I'd like to be proven wrong. I don't mind that, right? Because I'm a grown-ass adult. I don't throw adult tantrums like most adults do today. I would rather do the right thing and be wrong than do nothing and be right. That's how I feel about that. There you go. So, had to really put that out there. You know what I'm saying? But I felt like the highest order was like, you just need to clear that crap up. Just get it off your chest because it's clearly annoying me a little bit. Right? It's done now. Now, oh man. Ooh, okay. So, obviously, before I come here and do the whole public thing and reconnect to the 12-day, there was, I already connected with my guys. I'm not going to go into who my guys are. Look at me at the videos, please, for the love of God. But my guys, obviously, I give them certain information the public doesn't get. And I think I already explained why I do that too. But my guys, they need it, obviously. So I'm not going to be giving out the information I got for them. They've got it, but I will not be repeating that here. Because that's really serious as well. Now, Let's start with, where is my, oh, seriously. These downloads started, where is my phone? Okay, I've got paperwork on them. The reports will be ready, but I wanted to just get these out today. I just had to reconnect anyway. So, IIDR31. Now, I was connected, again, like I say, on the 30th of May, 2024 at 5:23 a.m. I've called this one, and it will be titled, the video will be titled, Spies in the Skies. So, the visuals I will be seeing when I'm sort of like astral reviewing and remote viewing and things like this. I don't astral spy. I'm an astral viewer. There's a difference. Got to understand the difference, that's all. Because I do no harm. People who astral spy do harm. Yeah, I don't. But I did get a location for this one, but I'm going to come back to that in a moment. The first visual, it was like a photographic visual, there was a stray dog, and it wasn't obviously me. I was sort of having to sort of see this, because this is probably like a bit symbolic, but this was for the collective. Now, I don't know how this would be symbolized or playing parts of the most collective lives, but I was seeing a stray dog, and then I heard, if you can't keep me, don't feed me. But then I came out of that like, well, yeah, I get that. There's so many ways you can take that. You can go with that. But because that was for the collective, that message, that could, there's many ways you can go with that. Right? It's symbolic, so many different areas. But because I saw the stray dog, it felt like, okay, seeing a stray dog, if you can't keep me, don't feed me. Now, oh man. So the location I was at this time was China. The first, I'm just sort of discussing what came off this one, but when I get to the next part of this, I want to reconnect. I'm not. I haven't disconnected. I'm still connected, but I'm waiting for the rest of the shit to come in. Now, the scenario I was seeing was this young Chinese guy, and he was on a stage, and he was like on a singing. I don't know what symbolism means, but it was in like a singing competition on a stage. And I remember thinking, okay, this is interesting. Okay, just go with it. And then the next visual, he was getting followed by this woman. And then after a while, the next visual, they came face to face, and he said to her, now I don't know what this means, but he said, "What are you doing here?" And then she shot him, and then she took his place on the stage. So I thought, okay, well, she's clearly killed him. There's symbolism here, which could also explain, it could be symbolic to what I was just discussing about people copying. Idiots. Pretending to be somebody they're not, right? Trying to take over people's lives and identities and everything. Oh, I swear to God. Taking what doesn't belong to them. Impersonating. There was a real weird impersonation sort of symbolic. That's how it felt here. But I don't know why I was in China. So China was very right then. Obviously I was in China, I could see it. And then so she shot him so she could take his place. Then I heard the energy say, not all is what it seems. Yeah. No shit. So, now, I was still in the next visual, I was still in China. Now, this was starting to get a bit weird and a bit concerning because of sort of what I do. And again, there's weird symbolism going on here. But I saw there was this man, and he was stood to the back of me, so I couldn't even see what he looked like. But this is really weird. He was, had his back to me, and there was like lines of young men, like like young Chinese men, all just like all in queues of young guys. They were pretty young as well, and he was handing them out lines of white powder, and then they snorted it like as if you right. So they all like snorted this line, and then and then all of a sudden they had super strength. I don't know what that means or what that's about, but this powder gave them super strength. So I remember thinking, are you seriously creating like super soldiers using drugs? Well, that won't be unusual, would it? I mean, we've heard of stuff like MK Ultra and stuff like that, and there are apparently drugs out there that make. I've heard of creating super soldiers, but I'd never I couldn't understand why I was seeing these young guys in lines in queues, taking a line of this white powder and then becoming super strength. It was weird. But I just remember feeling like, are you creating super soldiers? I don't know what that was about. And I'm like, please tell me China's not creating super soldiers. So, it was just, again, because it's all very symbolic, it might not mean that, but it just felt weird. Like, what am I seeing here? What are you showing me? What is the symbolism behind this? It was really strange. So I felt that was really weird when I was sort of seeing that. That part you're not going to be seeing. Right. So that ended with China. Right. Now I left China. Oh God, seriously. This whole next scenario is what I'm going to be getting the clarity from 12D from the highest order on, because it was just, I'm not even surprised by this. Especially after the Havana syndrome and stuff I've been discussing in the last few videos. Again, because I'm sort of connected to officials and probably agents and stuff like this. Their energies are very important, but I feel like it's the innocent ones that I'm connected to, which is why I feel like I've got to help them in some ways. But obviously, or I always say, there's never a wrong time to do the right thing. To the bad ones too, but they won't change because they like it. But I'm not going to give them my focus right now. Now, okay, this visual. Again, I'm astrally viewing, and the first visual, I was sat, oh God, seriously. I feel like I'm just there. Like, I was in what looked like either business class or first class. And there's a lot of, obviously, businessmen, probably officials, and they were all, I was visually, they couldn't see me, so I was astrally viewing, but they were all just chatting away and drinking. And then as they were drinking, I suddenly got really drawn to a female aircrew. I'm like, okay, what's the focus with her? And every time I tried to steer away and just sort of see what was going on, like, what is going on here? It was like, no, you need to focus on her. She's the focus here. And I'm like, okay, so that's what I did. So I focused on her. She was topping up these men's drinks, right? I think you can see where we're going here. So she was topping up the drinks. I remember feeling like when I was connected to her, I felt like her energy's off. I don't like her energy at all. And that's normal for me. Like, I can meet people and be like, I don't like your fucking energy, right? Or I can be like, interesting, right? I read energy straight away. But I didn't like her energy. I knew there was something off about her. And again, she's just the air crew, as you do. And then, then I heard, because I had the focus had to stay on her, and then I heard many of them are female spies. I'm like, oh no, I don't want to go here. No. But made sense. And I'm going to come to sort of solutions before I reconnect. So I heard, obviously, energy was like, many of them are female spies. Be careful what you discuss mid this is a message to people who like to get tipple and talk too much, right? And then, but the message to these types of men is, be careful what you discuss mid-air. And then I heard, do not meet for hookups with these women on ground or in transit. That was a warning. The warning was the types of women, these, we all know guys like to hook up with like trolley dollars. They always have. That's nothing new. These air hostesses, they do. They meet up when they're sort of like layovers and stuff like that. Obviously, I know guys that do that. I've done that, right? They get chatting to the in crew, like, you know, meet me up for a drink later if you're going to be here, and especially in Dubai, right? Worst place for that. I know many men who meet up with air host trolley dollies in Dubai. And they tend to be contractors. So, but the message, because I was hearing like most of them, not most of them, sorry, many of them are female spies. Be careful what you discuss mid-air. Do not meet up for hookups with these women on ground or in transit. Now, okay, yeah, I'm just bringing it in. Oh God, yeah. This is a big problem. Now, this could be to do, right. Let's be real. Now, I want to, how do I help these men who don't think with their brains? Right. Oh God, it's getting serious as well. I'm going to come to that part in a moment. I'm sorry, I've just got to go with how it's coming in. Now, I'm going to let it come in because I've got the information's coming in, right? Because I'm asking for the clarity. But if I was a spy in the sky, right? What would I do as a female? I'm a female, right? Not the hottest shit. Who gives a shit? But I'm a female. I have a vagina. I have charisma. And I have to spy. I'm going to know how to manipulate men. It's not hard, is it? Right? I would be pouring them drinks. And I'd be listening, right? Knowledge is power. Information is up for auction. Stuff like that. So, if I was a female spy in the sky, that's exactly what I would be doing. I would be I'd pretend I'm not there because, you know, these guys, I'm not being funny, but for some weird reason, you feel like, oh, you're invincible up there. Well, you don't know who's listening. And I would let you have that false sense of security. And I'll tell you something else as well about being in the sky when you're flying. I'm not quite sure why people feel like these air hostesses, these air cabin crew, men and women, like, and the pilot and everything, like, we must look up to them like they're some sort of gods. I don't think so, right? Because our lives are in their hands. How is that then? If that plane goes down, they're just as useless to us as the whole situation that we're in. I'm not going to be, oh my God, help me. I'm not one of those people that will be, if I'd be really nice to the air hostesses or the air cabin crew, maybe they'll, I don't know why you had to, no, just be respectful to them. They've got a job to do. But if I was a spy in the sky, I would be, and I had a job to do where I had to get information and listen to what people are talking about, but more so in like sort of first class and business, where business is probably being discussed, or even on private sort of flights and that sort of stuff, private planes. Yeah, of course I'm going to be listening, but then I would make sure that guy is a bit tipsy, and if there's a layover going on, if the guys have got to stop off somewhere, I'm going to try and make myself, well, I'm not me, I'm talking if I was a spy, right? Not me, literally, using it as an example. I would literally get those, I would probably zone in on one that's probably talking the most, easier to sexually manipulate. It's not hard, is it, right? Lower his inhibitions and offer him hey, if you want to have a little hookup when we stop over for a while before you're mid-flight again, sort of thing. I'm going to be in this hotel. Come and join me. He's going to join her, right? Because he's got a penis. He's not thinking with his brain. He's in the influence. He's been flirted with, and now he's thinking with his penis, right? And she's just using her vagina. It's not hard, is it? It's not even rocket science. It's just that simple. But this is what men do all the time. So I would get him to the hotel room, and I would absolutely be piling more, getting more intoxicated, getting more information out of him, because the information is everything. And that's up for auction, depending on who you're spying for. Now, worst case scenario, if I was not only just a spy in the sky and I was an assassin, right, I would not only just lure those idiot men to hotel rooms, right, I would pile them with, obviously would do the sex thing first, because that's my job as an assassin. I've got to go all the way, because if I was literally an assassin whore, obviously you gotta use that tool. That's what these women do. So, you're not going to be able to do your job unless you play the game. But I'm not like that, thank God. But I'm just saying, if I was, and I was going to be this is how I would do it, right? And then I would lure that guy and give him what he needs, right? I'd be getting information and everything that I need out of him, right? I would not be care about looking in his wallet and going, oh, look, he's got children. I've got to pity this one. I don't think so. He's already an idiot, right? Because he's here. And secondly, if I was an assassin, I'm going to give him pleasure, his last bit of pleasure, right? And then I'm going to give him his last drink, and it will be a drug that will give him a heart attack. Because there is medication out there like that. And because I'm a trolley dolly that does that all the time, people around, witnesses at the hotels are not going to be like, oh, yeah, this another businessman, another trolley dolly, that's what they do when they have layovers. They're not going to know I'm an assassin or spy in the sky. So they're not going to look at me and go, oh, okay, did you kill that man? No, because he had a heart attack. So if I was a spy in the sky and I was an assassin, and that's how I wanted to take out, I've already got the information and I've already got the knowledge. Knowledge is power. So, and now I've got rid of an official or a businessman. Right? This kind of stuff isn't just in James Bond movies. Movies are based off what actually usually happens in life. It's a great entertainment, isn't it? It's great. Oh yeah, great movie, right? So, but there's usually truthful elements in those sort of movies and things like that. So there's always truth there. But that's what I would do. If I was a spy in the sky, I'd be listening and gathering as much information as possible on who's who, where they're going, what's what. But if I was a spy in the sky and I was also an assassin, right? That's how I would take those men out. Or, depending on the sophisticated weapon system that I have that I can use, I might just activate it. Havana syndrome. Careful who you're shagging. Right? Be careful who you're messing around with. That's just a joke, but you can have a sense of humor. But I wouldn't put anything past anybody these days. So I guess because that was a warning for those men, businessmen, a woman's not going to be sexually manipulated by another woman, right? First of all, unless she's obviously maybe into women. I'm like, oh, but yeah, that's rare. That would, because women can read women and I'm like, oh, what do you want? Right? So, from one vagina to another, oh gosh, she's one of those, right? She's, oh, yeah. But a woman, a female spy, is not going to be zoning in on a woman anyway. She needs to get the men the easiest prey, easier, right? Because they don't think with their brains when there is vaginas in the vicinity. Good looking, hot vaginas in the vicinity. They're thinking with their penises. That's it. This is nothing new. But I guess because it was a warning, I guess what you need to understand is be aware of your surroundings, Not what everything you seem is not what it is. What was that message that came through? Not everything. Yeah. Not all is what it seems. Well, yeah, obviously. It's not, is it? Because you don't know who's serving your drinks. You don't, and then all of a sudden they want to have a hookup with you and especially if you've got kids. Think about what you've got, what you could lose before you lose it all. That's my advice. So, but most men will never ever take that advice, especially when it comes from a woman, because the natural reaction is, oh, she's jealous of other women. Get a grip, man, you fucking idiots. You're just easy. Just easy to sexually manipulate. That's all, right? It's nothing new. But there are some men that are quite switched on and smart and are going to be like, especially when you're holding secrets and things like that. So that was very in my, and I could see exactly what was happening, but I was all like, okay, so I'm never going to trust another cabin crew person, male or female, ever again after that. Right? So, whether I'm sat in economy or business or first class, I don't care. Just keep your business quiet, lock everything up, don't be discussing very important private information. There's moles around. I'm serious, right? Spies. So that was a weird. So, like I said, I left China and then I was dealing with that. And I'm like, so, yeah. But I felt like there was more to do with the plane scenario. Okay. So now that's all done. And I just zone back out and try and see if I can get more. I want clarity on that. I feel like there's more going on. Oh God. Okay. I'm seeing the door. I've got to go through this door now. Hmm. Okay. Oh, why am I seeing July? 2024? When? What year? Okay. Oh God, that's only next month. Ooh, okay. Oh, good. Oh, my God, seriously. Okay, this is interesting. I'm going to keep it coming in. Right. I don't, I don't know what this is for. It's clearly for somebody important. There's an urgency to use a decoy plane. Not all weather is natural. And then I saw July, and then I wanted to know what year, and I got so July 2024, which is next month. Okay. Ooh, okay. Ooh, that's interesting. Oh, that is interesting. I'm not sure if anybody remembers, was it like, yeah, last month? There's that thing on social media about that plane that hit, weird turbulence that's like 1 in a million. And it killed somebody and it hurt people. Oh, no. Okay. Oh my God, I don't know why. I need clarity. I don't know why, but I feel like stuff is being either activated or tested. Not all weather is natural. I even remember watching that little video about that the news reporting it about, oh, this is so rare that a plane would ever hit this sort of turbulence. I mean, they hit turbulence, yeah, obviously planes do, but to the point where a lot of people got hurt. Like, yeah, not all weather is natural. I do hope that plane was not a test. I hope that fucking plane and that weather, that turbulence was not a test. Because if, oh, I don't want to go there. Can't prove it. It's a theory. Let's stick with possible theories. I can't believe I just went right there as well. Okay, but then I'm getting decoy plane. Right, whoever this is some higher up or higher official or somebody very important, right? That is obviously, oh God, oh God, no, I don't want to do that. A mole in the mist, no. Right, a mole in the mist. Oh, I don't want to go here. And I've got to, I ain't got a choice. Oh, shit. Okay, that could be the old guard. Shit again. Why? I always have to focus on this shit. I don't know why. Right. Let's just. Why did it come out like that? Deco plane. Not all weather is natural. July 24. Mole in the mist. Okay. To you, important person or persons, whoever you are, right? It's very possible in July you might need to have a decoy plane. Because if not all weather is natural, and it can, and there's a conspiracy theories out there, lots of conspiracy theories about weather manipulation and weather weapons and everything, right? I've heard about it, but I like proof. So this is why I'm going to go theoretically. Could be a theory, my possible theory from where I'm going. And because it's coming from the highest order, it's like, okay, the higher order. If that plane that hit that weird 1 in a million turbulence to the point where it was so bad that it killed somebody and hurt a lot of people, hospitalized people, and it was that, and because you remember, there was no warning, so they didn't even get chance or told to put the seatbelts on. Well, let's just say, for example, right? Let's just say I've got an evil mind, which I don't. I just read evil energy. But let's send him a spy and let's go there. If I had the power to manipulate weather, right? If I had the power and the means to have a weather manipulating weapon, right? And I could somehow create turbulence. I would first want to test that weapon out. And remember, evil people that do this sort of stuff, they don't care about people. They don't care about collateral damage. They're going to test something. They're going to use it. They're going to need to see how many victims they can get and everything, right? and see if they need to up the power source or a bit too much. This feels this feels very densely dark, to the darkness of, oh gosh, let it keep coming in. Oh. Just a theory. And if I had that power, then if there were certain types of important people who I knew were flying so-and-so at so-and-so time with so-so certain types of people, and I had a mole in the midst, which could be I don't know. Let's just go to the extreme. Let's just go to the most extreme scenario, right? Just as an example. I'm not saying it is, I'm not saying anything like that. I'm just saying example. Let's say, for example, there is a very important person flying and he's got secret service, right? He's got protection. But amongst that secret service men, there's a mole that works for the lower order, right? The old guard. And I had the intel of when that particular person or persons is going to be flying at a certain time, and then we had access to this weird weather weapon that we can activate, and now we know how many people it can hurt, right? Because we tested it. Just a theory, not truth, just a theory. Let's not try and turn this into some conspiracy theory, because that's not what I'm doing. I'm talking about just a theory. Anything's possible these days. But I'm saying if I was evil and I had that power to do this, and I wanted to sort of remove certain people's, why I'm still on a plane, this is weird, why I went from that onto a plane, and now there's a message to get a decoy plane. Oh yeah. Especially in July 24. Oh, okay. I don't even mind putting this out there right now because there's time. Not that important people watch me or anything like that, and if they do, well, I don't mind being a case study. But remember, those case studies, once you prove it, you're getting sued. So I don't mind being a human case study. I'd be surprised if I wasn't to certain types of people's births. The moment I prove it, you're getting sued. So you might as well start getting your compensation package together right now. Cheeky little fuckers. So now let's go back here. Oh, the possible reason why that came out. So just like that. But I have a sense of humor too. So let's keep it light. Okay. Oh, God. I don't want to go here because it just feels conspiracy. But in this world these days, there's no real thing as conspiracy anymore. It's all too real. Anything's possible, but it's just a theory. Even theory, anything's possible. It's not true. It's not set in stone. It can just be theories. Just possibilities. Stay with logic. If you suspect, okay, this is heavy energy. This is going to exhaust me. If you suspect, oh, and when my intuition's kicking in and my gut's screaming, there's something wrong here. There's usually something wrong here. Right. Okay. Maybe I'm feeling it because there's somebody out there that's feeling like something's wrong. I feel like we need to do something. I feel like something's going to happen. I feel like something bad's going to happen. Right. Do not ignore that gut feeling. Do not ignore your intuition. You know something, right? If you're the type of people I'm talking about, you're right. And now the solution is you need a decoy plane, and you need to start looking at who the fucking mole is, right? She's got a mole. And whatever's about to happen could happen in July 24, which is next month. Or not, all weather is not natural. That could be deemed as a freak accident, just like that one. I feel like somebody important knows something's going to happen, but they don't know what and they don't know when, or they don't know how. Again, I don't care how crazy I'm looking and sounding right now. I'm zoned out. I've got downloads coming in. I don't care how I sound right now. I don't give a shit. I would rather be wrong and do the right thing by discussing it than do nothing and be wrong. Be right, sorry. Oh God, everything's making sense. If you're okay, I went straight to the mole in the mist on oh God, possibly. Still a possibility. Still could be information coming from that. But the scenario I was seeing was simple. Be careful what you're talking about mid-air. And be careful who's serving you effing drinks and food. There might be a spy in the sky. They may have been well vetted, but depending on what side they're really on, they might be working for the lower order. It's okay, they can work for who they want, right? But I'm just saying, you don't know who's listening to what you're all discussing. And if you're discussing future events or where you're going next, oh my God, don't do that in front of strangers. So what if you got a little trolley dolly, a lovely little good looking trolley dolly? Oh, she's so sweet, yeah. You use her all the time, yeah. She might be a freaking spy. Seriously. I'm not that trusting as a human being. Or should I say, I'm not that trusting as a interdimensional being living a human experience. Wait, I'm not that trusting. And whatever this is and what this is about, you should not be trusting either. I'm serious. Because this feels really fucking serious. And the energy is heavy, strong. Okay. Whatever plans you've made for July, change them immediately and do not discuss them with anybody. But if you can't change those plans using a plane in July, you get a decoy plane and you don't tell anybody you're getting a decoy plane either. You need a backup plan. So I'm going, oh God, energy's coming in right now. You need a backup plan, like yesterday, by the looks of it. Because I feel like somebody's future plans for the next following 6 months maybe have already been like, oh, this is not good. Oh God, is there anything else? Okay, that's high. It's a turning point. Oh God, do you know what it feels like? It feels like some bad people have got very important information they should not have access to, regards to plans, dates, and things like this. That's exactly what I'm feeling. There's a turning point. I don't know if this could be the start of the turning point, or if there's going to be a turning point if this happens. I don't know. Oof. If what happens though, what could happen that could require a decoy plan? Oh, no. Why did you go there? A deactivation of what? Control. Deactivation of control. I can't get anything else on that. I don't know what. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I can't say too much. There might be a reason for that because this is a public video. Makes sense. I won't want to give the enemy any more information they've already got. I'm not gonna apologise by offending like air cabin crews by calling them trolley dollars. I'm old school. That's what we've always called you guys and gals. Actually, you girls, right? It's actually a term of endearment from where I come from in England. We like our trolley dollars, right? That's it. It's where it is. If you don't like it, don't do the job. It's no different to, I don't care. It's humour. Learn to laugh again. It's not an insult. It's just a term of endearment again. You can take it. If you're offended by that, then work on your emotions. In the words of George Carlin, language is everything. Why they keep changing words and names for everything from trolley dolly to cabin crew. I know that's not what he said, but I know where he's coming from. It's the same thing. It's like they keep changing the words and names of things and positions to make it grandiose and more important. And it really isn't. It's just call it what it is, right? You can't be acting like them and not. That's just the way it is, right? Gonna push a trolley, beautiful little dolly. That's it. That's how we see it back in. We're old school. I'm not gonna get with this new age crap. So, God, it's just lighten that heavy energy. It's really heavy. So, I had to pull out of that. This is. I can see where the major symbolism was coming from since the first downloads are coming in. There's something going on. There's something big. I don't know why. I don't know why I was in China. I went from China to seeing a singing contest of someone taking over, of someone in person, like stealing that position. Oh God, are you kidding me? Oh God. Yeah. I understand what's going on. It's right there in your face, but I'm not even going to discuss what I just feel it is because it would sound like a 100% conspiracy theory. And my position and what I do, my field is hard enough as it is to prove, right? Without venturing down those avenues either. Oh, that's right. I can see it. I understand what's going on. But I can't even say anymore. I can't even say what I want to say because it's dangerous. people would get killed. Knowledge is power. And now with great power comes great responsibility. So I'm hoping I was able to put enough out there. Let me just reiterate before I end this bit. I can't keep going into this because I'll end up wanting to write more and bring more, and I just feel like it's dangerous territory to do that. So there is a mole in the mist. Old guard. Again, the old guard is that consists of men and women, right? It's not just men. It's men and women. Spies, and you could, there's something about, I don't understand why people are so trusting with people that sort of work for them in certain areas, regardless of, I understand you've got to go through vetting processes to get sort of certain types of clearances. I get that, been there, done it. But even then, even just because somebody's got the clearance, let's go with the old guard here. Just because someone's got the clearance doesn't mean they can be trusted. The higher order is very concerned about something they're foreseeing that's coming. Because remember, everything that gets plotted, planned on the free day, even behind closed doors and everything, is seen and heard. But there's something very important that decoy plane, or not all weather is natural. July 24, mole in the mist, oh God, it's a turning point, deactivation of control, deactivation control. So, for the purpose of doing the right thing and the hope I can help, whatever this situation is or whatever this involves, but it's clearly high and official, right? Whatever you plan to do mid-air or traveling and stuff in July, either change your plans and do not tell anybody. Change plans at the very last minute. So what, going to change plans, going to cancel shit? It happens, right? Just do it. Or you might need to use a decoy plane. That came out first. So okay. Okay. Makes sense. If you, a decoy plane, or if you change your plans, it's going to affect the plan. Changing plans at the very last minute, right? You can do, if whoever this is for, right? It's not going to affect you in any way. And so what if you get, like, people are upset, so what, right? Who cares? Stop caring about irrelevant shit. What it's going to do to those that have the information to somehow cause some sort of chaos or whatever they plotted and planned, right? It's going to affect them. It's going to change everything. The whole, you can figure out a way to change everything. That's what's going to cause the turning point. It's going to create a turning point. That's what's going to, okay, let's just follow some arrows. It's making sense. Okay, right. The decoy plane. Not all weather is natural. So that, again, that could be a possible theory, possible weapon, right? Which could happen in July 24, right? And the reason, because of all of this, there's a mole in the mist that has the information to July, something why this would be a good time to do it. The mole in the mist is the old guard. That could be the information that people are getting from the spies in the sky, right? If you alter your course, it's going to cause a turning point and it's going to deactivate control. So what was plotted, it's gonna remove, you deactivate. It sounds serious and like, right? But it could just be deactivate it, turn it off, stop, click off, right? Just changes course. It can just turn off the control, switch it off, stop it, deactivate, stop control. I do. I feel like the mole in the mist is on the plains. Is on the plane. In midair. Be careful. Yeah, I'm saying be careful what you're discussing midair. Maybe that's where a lot of the information came from. The gathering of it. I don't feel like it was just like one time. I feel like I feel like somebody got some sort of clearance to a high degree, was able to be a mole in the spine sky, right? To listen and gather information. Not quite sure what it took to the extremes of like not going to freaking hotel rooms and shit like that. But that's a behavior that happens all the time. For some reason, your inhibitions with these sort of people, and especially having a few little tipples, and no, too trusting. So, and I had to just, and because I had to sort of go through a whole scenario of what I would do if I was a spy in the sky and an assassin, how easy it would be for me to do. I'm not saying me, because I'm not a hot trolley dolly, right? But what I'm saying is, if I was spying scan, had access to very important people, and I was an assassin too, I said, take you out. So, but I wouldn't, because I'm not an evil person and I wouldn't do that. But I'm just saying, not everybody, not all women, okay, men, listen very carefully, because yeah, idiots, right? Being downstairs. You should not be trusting women as easily and as you do. It is weird. I'm a woman, and I don't trust men. I trust women less than men. What the hell does that say about my sex? How sad and harsh is that? To be that honest, but that is the reality. You had to earn trust. I don't care whether you're a man or woman. You want my trust, you earn it. But from human behavior and behaviors of women today that I see all the time, I would not be trusting them. And I'd be advising you men not to trust them either. But then again, if you guys are so like you are, you're kind of like, it's your own fault, isn't it? So, but yeah, I would just be a little bit vigilant with your little trusting ways, right? Because not all fun ends well. It can cost you a lot for 18 years and things like that. So just be careful. And again, but let's remove the sense of humor, because people today have sense of humor and they're not going to see the fun side of that. But no, that's just that's me. That's my personal opinion on human behavior today. I do not trust men. I won't trust any man with any woman anyway. I mean, I'd have to be an idiot to trust any man with any other woman, right? So, and because of the way female human behavior is, I'm going to trust them less than the men. So what does that say about society? It's upside down, it's backwards, and it's screwed up. And that's it. Until human behavior changes for the better, it's not going to change. And other than that, worst case scenario, crazy extreme ways, be careful. Is it really worth it? So, but I feel like I just need to sort of, okay, leave that there. I'm just sorry, I'm face touching today, so I've got so much energy around me and everything. It's great, I love it. Oh, I've got to get out this heavy energy. What time is it? I'm going to close out with 2:21. Show you so you know I'm not lying. Okay, 2:21 p.m. I shouldn't even have to edit this video either because I don't feel like I was zoned out for long periods, so kind of flowed in. But if you're easily offended by anything I'm discussing, get over it. Work on your emotions because that's emotion based, right? You're triggered by something that doesn't even have anything to do with you. You need to work on yourself and you need to work on your emotions. I'm not here to trigger people. I'm not here to do any of that. I'm here to seek the truth and speak it. Whether people like it or not, I don't care. I'm not like most people where I'm going to like give out beautiful, uncomfortable lies to appease your feelings and make you feel special. I don't think so. The reality of life is hard. It's, as you can see, it's not good. Society is screwed up. People are off the chart and unhinged in society right now because it's destructive, disgusting human behavior. It needs to change. Until we accept that, see it really for what it is, and start changing our own human behaviors, nothing's going to change. But it all starts with mindsets and mentalities in the way we, you're not going to change it until, to be honest, until looking at this whole scenario, until the whoring calms down, right? Nothing's going to change. Because whether it's men whoring or women whoring, that's one of the biggest problems in society. We need to look at OnlyFans and Pornhub to understand what I'm talking about when it comes to whoring in society. That is a big problem. But it's programming. It's designed that way. Enjoy it. But when it gets you into trouble and you lose everything, it's your own fault, isn't it? Control your penises, men, and control your vaginas, ladies. Until then, have at it. Do what you want, free will and all that beautiful stuff. But that's it. Other than that, have a sense of humour. Life is not, it doesn't have to be this serious, right? You're living a human experience. Try and enjoy it. But don't be destructive with it. Don't be hurting people with it. It's a choice to hurt people. It's a choice to be a bad person. It's a choice to be a disgusting, despicable human being, right? Those are choices. It's a choice to be evil. It's not a condition. So, but yeah, this feels serious. This feels more serious than the bloody Havana syndrome situations. And I do not need to be connecting to officials where I've got to start feeling the physical pains of the realities. I don't want to be going, no. Because I will not take myself to the ER for that empathic shit, right? Of energy interceptions, because that's just going to piss me off. And I'm telling, that's a message to the highest order as well. I do not need to be experiencing the feelings to understand. I think I've explained enough, right? So, but again, even that Havana syndrome and everything was, again, just my own personal, professional theories. Can't prove or disprove my field. Have an open mind. Life is too short. Your human life experience, your human experience that you live in, it's short, really just. But I am going to leave that there. Let me just tape my paper so I can roll this baby up. Yeah, obviously my guys are going to be, they got the curds and stuff the other day when obviously after this whole came out of this the first visual, and obviously they watch my stuff obviously. So I know there are certain types of people watching me. So it's okay. But I don't mind. If it helps them, it helps people. If it doesn't, that's not my problem. But they're probably going to be like, they'll probably watch this and go, oh, crap. Yeah, we know what's going on. They're very good at what they do. They're brilliant anyway. Brilliant. So, but it's probably just going to give them a bit more clarity too. So, and they can implement steps to do what they need to do. Because they have the power and the authority on the third dimensional realm. So, and within their positions, obviously. And, you know, they're going to protect their guys and gals. I'm just trying to protect their guys and gals. I'm not going to protect evil people ever. Evil is a choice. And I'm in service to my human brothers and sisters, right? For the collective. Evil, I don't like evil people. I think that's obvious, don't you? Look, we're all human. We're all, well, depending on what you believe. I'm not going to infringe on your belief systems, but we're all living a human experience. Oh, but we're all living a human experience. Maybe try not to hurt each other for selfish gain and stuff like that. It's a beautiful experience. It's a beautiful life, but I don't know. I just feel like most people need to just sort of wake up just a tiny little bit, just to understand this third dimensional reality you live in is not. It's not all it's cut up to be, you know. So, okay. I'm just going to close out with the highest order. I feel like I just said it's normal because usually when I'm channeling high dimensional energies anyway, they can sort of like come in and it's like, oh. Cute. Right. So, I think we just need to do better. The human experience we live in, we're going to make mistakes. We're meant to, but we're meant to learn from them. We are going to make mistakes. We're going to make bad choices. We're going to do stupid stuff. But I'll tell you one thing about the universal law, regardless of who you belong to, what you believe in, who you're worshipping, the universal law does not give a shit about that, right? The universal law is in place for a reason. And they are, and under natural law too, they supersede, I can't say the word, supersede the man-made laws, right? Because man-made laws change all the time. And again, depending on who you are, who you think you are, what you belong to, some people are immune from those laws, depending on how corrupted they are. So the man-made laws are not fair, are they? Fair and balanced for all, at all. But we do have to abide and we have to respect man-made laws, obviously. So, okay. And I feel like what was coming through was there is far too many people in society today, right now, literally thinking it's okay because of the programming that's been programmed into your brains and your conditioning. It is still not legal to murder people. It is still not legal to conspire to commit murder. Just because you don't like somebody or because you want someone gone. Oh my God, no. Or because you want, oh God, we need the life insurance. Life insurance policies, scams for murder. Are you shit? Regardless of what you believe in, there are special places on the lower dimensions that are worse than hell for people like you. And that's exactly where your energy is going on your death date. Enjoy it. You can call that hell. You can call it what you want, but you ain't going higher. And you're not going to, and your energy free, your energy, your little soul that you probably sold anyway, it's not going anywhere good. Right? So I'm just honest. I'm assertive like that. And I don't care. Because sometimes hearing the truth can just alter your reality a little bit. Maybe you just need to, because you have no right. You have no right to be plotting and planning to kill people because you don't like them, because you want to take them out, because you want something they've got, because you're jealous. Fucking maniacs. Who the hell conspires to kill people in your little groups, in your little gangs, right? Because you're jealous of somebody. You're pathetic. You need major psychiatric therapy. But that is a big problem in society today. It's crazy. And you seriously think that's progression? You think that's a progressive human words? You seriously think we're evolving correctly? When this is actually getting worse, it's not getting better. Or because it's all to do with money. Money. We need to kill people because we need money. I don't think so. You're deranged. You're absolutely off the charts deranged. Deranged. You need serious therapy. To even think it, then talk about it with people. Yeah. Trust, I don't think so. And then actionalize plans. Everything you say, you plot, and you think about, and you plan is seen on the higher dimensions. There is an order to everything, and you're not that special. Your little human experience you're living is not even remotely special when you're that low vibrational and unhinged. So I guess that's a message just to the collective. Just calm the hell down of like planning on killing people. You're not special. And you're just going to go to prison, depending on how corrupt you are or who you associate with. But you'll get yours. That's the beautiful thing about action, cause and effect. Right? You're not immune from it. So I guess that's that. I personally won't trust people until I start seeing changes in human behavior. And it's a shame because there's some great people out there. There really is. But they're overshadowed by the worst types of people, unfortunately. And that's the saddest reality is people are getting worse. They're getting more selfish, more narcissistic. They're becoming more sociopathic with that, right? These are the sort of people I'm talking about that think it's cool to sort of get into the little in-groups and go, how about we just sort of kill somebody and make it look like an accident, or burn their house down and make it look like an accident, or maybe if we take some life insurance policies out on them first, then take them on a trip and pretend they had an accident. Psychos. Just psychos. Psychos. And I don't care about that label. I am not going to sugarcoat I'm not going to glorify that label. When you're acting like that and you're talking like that and you're plotting like that, you are psychopaths. Right? That's it. And if you don't like being called that, don't act like it. So, that's my stance on society today and how I feel about crazy people. Because that is crazy behavior, regardless of what your little shrinks and therapists tell you. That is off the charts, unhinged. You need psychiatric help. And these are the sort of same people that think there's something wrong with people like me. Okay then, maniacs. So, ciao, ciao.